Hello. There's an event in your life that you have been carrying around for a very long time. It might be a rejection or maybe a relationship that ended up, and you have been thinking about that there's a before and after of you with this event. And you're not confused about it. You pulled out a conclusion because you know exactly what it means for you. But what if I told you that the dangerous part of it is not the wound itself, it's the story or the conclusion that you pulled out of it. But that's something good because that's the way we work. We see something, and when we're in pain, when we have a wound, we're looking for meaning, and we create this meaning and we move on. But the problem is that we don't exactly move on, we just keep going and we carry that. It becomes a story that we tell us, and it sort of limits us. The good part is that stories can be retold, interpretations are subjective, and that's the hopeful thing. And sometimes it takes a very long time, but sometimes it takes just looking at a painting or a film, just a moment of switch to realize we can reinterpret things, and we do not have to carry with this the way we always have. That's what I want to talk about today. So first of all, let's see it from the simplest way. Look at a painting called Swans Reflecting Elephants by Salvador Dalí. The first time you see it, you see the swans swimming on the lake. But look at it a little bit closer or deeper, and you see that the exact same shapes on the lake are actually elephants. You see, the noses where the necks used to be, and the ears or bodies where the wings are. And the brilliance of it is that Dalí didn't have to do anything for you to see something else. The shapes were already there. It was up to you to actually see more in the painting. It was not only the swans, but the reflection of it. It's all there at the same time. There's a second example in art that is very good, a little bit deeper. It's Louise Bourgeois' sculpture called Maman. Maman, which means mom or mommy in French. And at first, when you see it, it's very scary. It's a gigantic 10-meter tall spider with pointy legs, and it's very imposing. When you see it from far away, it is very scary. But once you get closer and you actually walk inside of it, the legs that were pointy and very menacing, all of it, the whole sculpture, feels like it's protecting you. And you can even see that beneath the body of the spider, there's a net, a bag made of net that carries white marbles that are symbolizing the eggs. It's a symbolization of fertility and motherhood. And that's what Louise Bourgeois was trying to tell us. She lost her mother, and seeing and talking about her was a dreadful feeling. But then she realized to reinterpret that as a caring presence. And that's what you feel when you see it from far away. It's menacing, and then when you're inside of it, it is protecting. It's a very moving feeling. You can see that, you can have that experience at the Tate Modern in London. And there's a reproduction, I think, in Bilbao's Guggenheim, another one in Switzerland, and in Canada if you're in America. But what Louise Bourgeois and Dalí offer you is the opportunity to realize that it's your perception. Your eyes might be cheating on you. What if you can have that awe moment and expand it through a whole story? That's what Fight Club does. And spoiler alert for Fight Club. So during the whole movie, we follow this character called the narrator, and this is a lost man. He has lost sense even to himself. He asks himself what kind of coffee table defines him, or etc. etc. What's the IKEA catalog products that go really with his personality? And at some point, he meets Tyler Durden. Later in the movie, Tyler Durden is very free, he's very brave, and he doesn't need, material stuff. And at some point during the movie, we realize that Tyler Durden was the same person that the narrator during the whole story.
Because we're the same person.
That's right.
We are the all singing, all dancing.
And that is very shocking, because what we realized through that is that many of the events that were very weird, that sort of had a meaning, like the relationship with the woman, actually make even more sense in that way.
Yeah.
More like me. Have we ever done it?
Done what?
Have we ever had sex?
What kind of stupid question is that?
Is it stupid because the answer is yes or because the answer is no?
But the movie doesn't just stop there. The movie, once the narrator realizes that Tyler Durden is the same person that he is, what is impressive is that he keeps going on, and then he realizes, okay, now I know that I am Tyler Durden, that I have the bravery, that I don't need all the things I believed I needed, so I can get rid of Tyler Durden. And that's what he does during the final scene. It's very moving. It is a movie about the meaning, about the reinterpretation of who you think you are. And who you think you are, again, it's a story. And there's one that is even deeper and more freeing, at least in my opinion. It's The Sixth Sense. And again, I'm gonna spoil The Sixth Sense. These movies are obviously about twists. So during The Sixth Sense, we follow this character who's Dr. Malcolm. I don't remember the last name, but Dr. Malcolm. And he has this feeling that there's something that he left behind, that it's unresolved. And he sees this boy and he's trying to treat this boy. And at the same time, he's also trying to redo his marriage that is not going well at all. And by the end of the movie, we realize that Dr. Malcolm is actually death, and that he's one of the death persons that this kid can see.
I see people. They don't know they're dead.
And through knowing that he's dead and when he died, he realizes that this feeling of something incomplete actually is what he left incomplete. That this distant wife is not actually a distant wife, it's a woman grieving him. And it's not so much as a tragedy. It is a tragedy because there were happens that were incomplete, but also he realizes the truth. That's the real meaning of it. That now that he knows the truth, it can release him, and he can now leave the world of the living and pass through the next phase of the afterlife or something. It is actually a freeing moment, and it feels very good. So that is sort of the progression. It's perception, how you see it, what is the role that you play in it, and then acceptance. And you can free yourself from whatever you think might be the wound, whatever you think that might mean. Think about it as also doesn't have to be that dramatic. It can be like that one trip you remember when you were late for the airplane and you were running and you were suffering for it, and then the guy next to you in the airplane was snoring, and when you arrived there, I don't know, maybe your baggage was lost and you thought it was a disaster and you suffered all the way through it. But now it's a great story and you like to tell the stories and you laugh about it when you tell it to your friends. It is a matter of perspective. Time gives you that perspective, but if it doesn't happen through time, it happens through realizing that it's not a fixed thing. It's something that you can create. So that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you liked it. Leave a comment, tell me a story that maybe you realized with time it wasn't the way you thought it was, or what you learned about it. And I hope to see you next time.